Roblox games with creepy backstories. There's quite a few of them, like the body of Walt Disney is hidden within the theme park, or the Granny game actually being based on the real creepy, well, Granny. I'm going to take a look at some of these stories to see if they're real or fake, and hopefully I don't get scared too much because it does get pretty terrifying.
Roblox games with
horrifying backstories.
Alright, what do we have here?
There was this
Piggy,
guy just
the classic,
walking in the woods casually. He was coming to see his grandma because it's been a long time.
His grandma? Alright.
It was very dark outside, so it was very hard for the guy to see anything. Then he heard a loud noise, and he looked behind, and it was a pig with a bat.
Alright, so right now he's just kind of describing the game Piggy, but let's continue watching.
The pig took him to their house and trapped him in there.
The
guy woke up and realized he is stuck.
And I asked you to
he
figure
got
out
up
ways
from
to
the bed
escape.
and looked around the house for some
there
items
it
to
is.
try to escape. But then he realized the pig is monitoring the place, so he has to try to hide from the pig. He gets all of the things to escape, and he opens the door, but the pig is running right at him. But he successfully went out and ran away as fast as possible. Stay safe.
Well, good for him. I mean, he pretty much just described the Piggy game, but I do have some more real information about the game. So as we all know, Piggy is just kind of inspired off of Peppa Pig when it kind of blew up one day on the internet. There's actually this video right here by Piggy Plays, which just kind of shows like a side-by-side of what the characters in Piggy are and then what they're based off of. And yeah, they're pretty similar. And as for the gameplay, I mean, it's pretty much based off of Granny. I mean, look, with the whole dress and bat thing, I mean, it looks pretty similar. Now, before Piggy actually became a thing, originally it was just going to be a Peppa Pig image that was chasing around the player. It would have looked something like this, which is kind of similar to another game called Bear. And credits to this guy for finding that out, but that was obviously changed because the creator didn't want to get copywritten by the creators of Peppa Pig. So he created this model, which honestly looks really creepy and disturbing. But yeah, something to point out about the first map in Piggy are these paintings right here. They weren't always blank. They're originally supposed to have art of different Peppa Pig characters. I mean, look, even this one looks pretty similar. But again, the creator ended up changing it for fear of being sued by Peppa Pig. I also looked up the true story of Peppa Pig on Google, and I just found a lot of like dark secrets that Peppa Pig is actually dead, and there's a whole theory where there's like actually a killer amongst the Peppa Pig family. A lot of people even say that this isn't even a real Peppa Pig, that it's just like a fake one. Like, this is actually a pretty creepy thing. But if you just type in Peppa Pig wallpaper and you click on the first image that just shows up, you see the family, right? But if you zoom in, there's another Peppa Pig in there hidden inside the window. So a lot of people are like, wait, that's not Peppa Pig. The real one is locked inside. I mean, more than likely this is just fan created. I don't really think it's real, but you know, it could be. But now we move on to another creepy game with a really disturbing backstory, and that's the game Granny. So we all know Granny. It's still actually pretty popular to this day. The Roblox Granny is actually just based off of the original game called Granny, where you have to run away from an old creepy disturbing woman while you try to plan out your escape. Now, a lot of people believe that Granny was actually inspired by this real story of a person known as the Granny Ripper. And yeah, I'm not joking, she was known as the Granny Ripper. So yeah, this is a story in Russia, and apparently she had 13 victims, all of which she took out in her own apartment. Her weapons were knife and poison, and yeah, it's actually pretty disturbing. There's actually some footage from her apartment where she's just walking around, and I'm not going to show this, but it actually does show her carrying some items that looks like she could be hiding something. I can't even trust a sweet looking Granny in this world. Yeah, she's very far from sweet, actually. She even had a whole entire diary where she would describe and contain details of how she took out the victims. And it's pretty disturbing, so I'm not even going to read what they said. But moving on to another dark truth is the Disney World Ultimate Theme Park. Now, I did a video on this one before, but I got a lot of comments that there's some more scary things in the main map itself. So this is Disney World, you know, it's so happy and all that, but there's actually a few dark secrets within it. So if you fall off the map, you get teleported into the scary version of Disney World, but there's actually some creepy things in the original map here too. So if you go over here behind the... Ew, is that puke? But yeah, if you go over here and climb up, there's this little pathway right here. So again, this is a normal Disney park. See, there's Epcot, there's the castle. If you go down here, you get teleported into the weird, creepy Mayhem Mountain, and it's pretty disturbing. So if you climb over here, you'll see a rusted Mickey as well as a weird, creepy looking image over there. And then here's the creepy Mickey with the white eyes and T-posing. But there's actually more. So right here, there's Mickey just casually chained up there. Hello and welcome to Mayhem Mountain Track. You are here because you have been selected for death by the government. Okay. Right behind the castle, if you go through the employees only area, you're greeted with this cryo tube. And in here, we're just gonna open it up and it's Walt Disney himself. Yeah, it's pretty spooky and random to just kind of have in a happy looking theme park. And so for those of you who don't know, there's a whole strange rumor where people believe that Walt Disney's corpse was actually frozen in a cryonic chamber so that they can revive him when technology advances. And a lot of people actually believe that. It's more than likely not true because actually he was cremated 2 days after his death, but it's not entirely impossible. There actually are some companies where if you pay them, they'll literally freeze your body and keep your body preserved with the promise that when technology advances, they'll revive you back again. And these companies do actually exist. Like there's this one here called Alcor Life Extension Foundation. They advocate and perform cryonics, the freezing of human corpses and brains with the hopes of resurrecting and restoring them to full health in an event some new technology can be developed in the future. And again, this is 100% true. I think it costs like $200,000 to be able to do it. And apparently they do have 182 people in these tubes right now. And also I think they have animals as well. Dude, it's so weird.
SCP-087.
Oh, okay. Is there a backstory before this one as well?
SCP-087, also known as the Haunted Staircase, is a horror game on Roblox. And when you get down to floor 82, you will see a white ghost-like face.
Pretty creepy.
And it will if you stare at it. It is said that this game is based on a true story.
Oh, here we go, here we go.
When a school elevator broke, so the people had to take the stairs.
Yeah.
It was fine to walk up the stairs, but when you were gonna go down, is when the scary things started happening. Because when you were going down the stairs, it would continue going down past the last floor. A group of scientists then wanted to investigate this. They got some prisoners and told them that if they go down this staircase, their sentence would be reduced. And they got a guy that wanted to do it. When he went in the staircase, nothing unusual happened at first.
Oh no,
but when he reached the 82nd floor, he saw that white ghost-like face.
Yeah, there it is.
The man ran up the stairs faster than he had ever ran before. The stairs were later closed off. That's very creepy. Stay safe out there.
That is pretty creepy. I mean, SCP is pretty well known for that. But yeah, he just kind of read the whole SCP story. So for those of you who don't know, SCP is just kind of like another version of like creepypasta, where pretty much anybody can kind of make stories and then they get voted on to see which one becomes an official SCP story. And that's what SCP-087 is. It's just a fan-made fictional story about a staircase. And yeah, here's the image right here. Let's see, is there like a scary face in here? Oh yeah, there is. Okay, I couldn't really see it in this one, but yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the face. I don't like that. But yeah, Roblox actually did make a lot of different games based off of the SCP-087 story. But yeah, in the video there's a mention of a school, so yeah, it does say here campus. And then he talks about sending in prisoners, which again, it's like based off of one of these documentary stories. I remember reading this for work one day because, fun fact about me, I used to write about SCPs for work, so I read and know a lot about them. But yeah, it does talk about prisoners. The SCP-D class are actually prisoners in death row, and the D actually stands for disposable. So yeah, a little fun fact. But yeah, SCP isn't really true. If you go to like the licensing and citations, you can sometimes see what these pictures were based off of. If we click on these two links, what do we get? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I think this picture is based off of this one right here. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff, but not actually real. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.